All the world's a stage. Jacques in As You Like It is a curious character. He serves as a contrast generally to the rest of the play. He's very internal. His entire kind of aura, his motor, his what beats within him is all internal. He thinks a lot, and it's in moments like these where all of that thinking comes bursting out into this wonderful, really rather well done monologue here. So, if we look at it, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Regardless if you understand Shakespearean language, that should be abundantly clear. He's essentially saying that we perform. Everywhere we go, we perform. I'm sure you act differently with your friends and family than you do with strangers. It's a performance. There's a book, if you're interested in further research, called The Presentation of Self in Everyday Life. It's by Irving Goffman, and it covers the way we act, our front stage and our backstage, how we are when we're around people, and how we think, how we are when we're completely by ourselves. Say those times when we're trying to sleep, the thoughts that are in your mind, etc., etc. They have their exits and the entrances. You exit, you enter, front stage, backstage, like Irving Goffman would say. And one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being seven ages. Jacques is essentially, he is cutting down the extremities, the excessiveness of one's life into seven parts. In these times, maybe you didn't live as long, but let's say 40, 50 years, seven parts. That's it's so confined and so restricted, but he puts it in such a way that you understand. So at first, the infant mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. You're a child. You have no control. You make noises, mewl, and you throw up. You make excess. You cry. All of this, etc. Because you're young, you don't understand. You just exist. That's it. You can't think. You can't move. You just exist. And see, this is the nice contrast that I like. And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. For those of us still in school, I think we can all agree that well, I'm of course finished with my education. However, when I went to school, I didn't particularly like it. However, it's nice here that he's so because everything is so internal for him. He only cares about entertaining himself. What he's saying isn't is likely to be taken badly by the other characters within the play, but he's so focused on amusing himself and getting his ideas across to the people surrounding him that he just continues to go with it. So, whining schoolboy, you're gonna whine, of course you are. You're a child. You go to school, you don't enjoy it. Shining morning face. It's that contrast. It's to get him to laugh at himself. Creeping like snail unwillingly to school. Unwillingly, once again. And of course, you go there slowly. When you have somewhere you need to go that you don't want to go, you travel slowly. And here is where it begins to pick up. And this is the break. That full stop there after school. Um, I think is incredible. It breaks the monologue, and that's the clear start of another thought. So if you were acting this, you would so for example, let's say like this, and then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover. See? There's a clear break there. And that is the start of the thought of going from child to man. But as it continues, we still again see that there is that childishness within. Sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. When you're young, when you're bursting with all these feelings of lust and everything, you don't know what to focus on. As a young male, maybe back in those times um, when ankles were of course seen as a at least in Western society, were still seen as a massive like a sexual thing. This allows people to laugh once again. Jaques is a comedic character. His contrast is the comedy, even though he is so cynical about everything. And once again, we have a break. Between each act, there's a small break. I believe that the one just before the lover is a larger one because it marks that difference. But so here we then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard. Of course, when you're a soldier, you stick, you follow. That's it, you follow. But it's after this part that I like. If you look at it, it jumps. It's jumpy. It's a jumpy. You can feel it speed up. So then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honour, sudden and quick in quarrel. The way it's written jumps out at you as a way to be delivered. It points you in the way, in the assonance and etc., and quick and quarrel. It points you in a direction to follow it. But the reason that it's done like that is because it's as though you're doing it. The intent behind Jaques delivering this is as though he himself is the soldier. And he's pointing out at the fact that he would be quick in quarrel, always ready for an argument, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good capon lined. Of course, at this moment, he's talking about far more likely a middle-aged man, let himself go a little bit, but now he's more successful, more refined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. He has tales to tell. He has experience behind him, which is why he's so ready to speak, so ready to play his part, as it so rightly puts, and so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon. So here Jaques is marking that change. He's building up to his second childishness. He's marking that in a life, you go 1 to 50, 50 to 1, essentially. It's a straight and then it's a reversal. With spectacles on nose and pouch on side. Losing their sight, that's why they have glasses. His youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank. Again, you can see how that's supposed to be delivered with the assonance. From shrunken shank and world too wide. And his big, manly voice turning again towards childish treble. Pipes and whistles in his sound. He is again leading to that. He graduates into it, but he is still sticking with that amusement. He needs to amuse himself. That is where he strives. I believe the reason this monologue has become so famous is because Jaques really sticks out in this play, and his ideals, what he says, how he is. He's always on the outside of the group. He's always on the outside of the group. He's more of an observer. He's on that. He's like a shadow in the light of the forest. So him amusing himself shows that even again, possibly within this darkness, there is still more light, but the light is consuming. The light is a light that points you towards the darkness, I believe, for Jaques, which is, I find, incredible. And of course, finally here, last scene of all, that ends this strange, eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. For those that don't know, sans simply means without, essentially. Um, but so again, here he's pointing towards that. Just it takes him right back to his cynical nature, and there's no jokes here either. Here he is completely recognizing the end is the end. The end is the end. And the reason I love that last line is it can be delivered so, I wouldn't say menacingly, but you can put so much intent in that last line. Obviously, of course, it depends on how you're delivering it. For me, for example, I would deliver it menacingly, not in a way of this is I'll do this to you, but in a way of this is your end. Your time here means nothing. You may as well entertain yourself. You are important in your own life. I don't bother with anything else. I uh, I exist only to entertain myself. This is your end. This is my end. This is everyone's end. That intent is what I would pump into that last line. So yeah, I absolutely love. I love this monologue. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope that gives like a um, general rundown of it. And yeah, thanks for listening. If you want me to do more, let me know.